as you can tell from my naked face, I'm going to be doing a tutorial for you today. It's not completely naked. I do have my foundation on, which I'm going to be doing a review of some new foundation soon. And in this video, I'm actually wearing the Maybelline Dream Liquid Mousse in shade Nude Beige. And I'm giving these a try. I'm not going to kind of say anything about them yet because I'm just testing them out. I've got this one and another one that I'm trying out. I'm trying to find something to replace my Naked Urban Decay foundation just because it's really expensive. And I think I can probably find something that I like just as well in the drugstore. So I have that on. I have my eyebrows on, obviously. And then I also have my under eye corrector on, which is the Pixie Brightening Peach. And I just have that to kind of correct the blue under my eyes. And I will be putting on concealer and powder and everything after I finish the shadow. And I'm doing that because it's a little bit of a darker look. And I don't want any fallout getting into my concealer and all of that. So what I'm going to be doing today is kind of playing with some duochromes. If you're not familiar with that phrase, what it basically means is an eyeshadow, or it could be a lipstick, I suppose, or a blush, that has kind of two different tones depending on possibly how the light hits it, and also what base you put under it. So this is the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette, and there's a color right here in the bottom. It's actually the bottom. And it's one of the definer colors in this 8-pan palette. And it's a really cool color. In the pan it just looks kind of a grayish brown, but over a black base it has kind of a teal color, and then when you kind of buff it out into the crease it has more of a maroon color. So duotones are really great colors to use because they kind of are 2-in-1, hence the name duotone. So you can really get away with using it in several different formats to give it a different look. Some duochrome or duotone eyeshadows you can put over you know, black bases, white bases, colored bases, and get a different effect each time. So I'm planning on doing several of these tutorials for you guys that are featuring different duotone or duochrome colors, and the first one I'm going to use, of course, is from this Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette. So let's zoom in and get started. The first thing I'm going to do is kind of prime my lids, and I'm going to do this a little bit differently than I normally do. Usually you'll see me put on my Urban Decay primer potion or something like that. This time I'm going to be using two different pencil eyeshadows first. On the lid and kind of blend it into the crease, I'm going to be using the Jordana 12 Hour Made to Last eye pencil in Tenacious Brown. It's just this really gorgeous dark brown color. And that will be a perfect base for this darker brown duotone. So I'm basically just going to put that right on the lid, and then with my ring finger just kind of blend that out into the crease. Then in my inner corner and on my brow bone area, I'm going to use my Cella Ivory Lace Highlighter. So next I'm going to go ahead and go into the Wet n Wild color using this one here next to the really dark brown. I'm going to be applying that with my e.l.f. eyeshadow C brush. And I'm first going to pack it onto the lid. Next I'm going to use my Sigma E25 blending brush in the same exact color, but just kind of picking up less of the product, tapping it off and just blending that into the crease. It's just amazing how that's the same color but just putting a different base under it. You could even put a black base under it, or a green base under it, and it would make it look even a little bit different. The shift would be a little bit different. I'm going to use this brow bone highlighter here from the same palette. This is the color I used before, and then on the opposite side there's kind of a lighter golden color. And I'm just using my Sally double-ended blending brush. I'm going to go right into the inner corner with that too. I'm going to line the top lash line and my waterline using Clinique Quick Liner in Intense Ebony. Before that has a chance to set, I'm going to go in with my little tiny angle brush here. It's kind of a harder angle brush and it's just the best one for blending. I'm just going to soften that up and create just a slight wing. And lastly, I'm going to curl my lashes and add my mascara. I will be using the Clinique High Impact Mascara, just the regular one. I love this mascara, but only in the sample size. It doesn't make any sense, but the brush is different. I swear to you, it is different. Just ask any of the girls I worked with at Clinique, they'll tell you the same thing. Eyes are done. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up my concealer. Like I said, I've had my corrector on, and I'm just going to add a little bit of my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. And this is actually the Dark Spot Treatment Corrector with vitamin C. One of my favorites. Right under the eye there. And I find this works best if you let it sit for just a minute before you actually blend it out. It just kind of helps it, the thickness a little bit. When you first apply it, it's very, very thin. And then if you let it set for just a second, it just spreads so much easier. I'm going to go ahead and dust on some of my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder in Transparent. I just kind of press it in like that. I don't take that under my eyes because it's a rather, you know, a drying powder. But I do use a little bit of my Bare Minerals concealer in Well Rested. And I love applying it with this brush, which is their Real Techniques setting brush. And using that same defining shade, the Duotone, I'm going to pick up a little bit with the same brush and just sweep it on top. Go ahead and take my bangs down. I wasn't really wearing them this way. They're getting really long. Okay, I'm gonna do just a wee bit of contouring. I got this little Pixie bronzer. It's called Subtly Sun Touched in my Ipsy bag. And I just love it. It's the perfect shade because I'm kind of pale, and so any normal type of bronzer is way dark, and this one I can't really screw up, so I'm going to use my little angle blush brush here from Makeup Geek and just put that right in this area. It's really subtle, but I like it because it's subtle. I normally would put like a, you know, blush color on, but because the eyes are pretty dark, and I'm going to do kind of a real glossy lip, I'm going to keep it pretty simple. So I got this Fergie Wet n Wild little blusher, highlighter, bronzer, stripey thing. at Walgreens. It's called Live Holiday Looks. It's just kind of a glowing powder, so I'm going to dust that over my cheeks as I ram my nail into it. Ugh. Are you like me? I freaking hate when I do that. It just grosses me out for some reason. Ugh. I don't know. I'm use my EcoTools tapered blush brush. Just kind of sweep across all of these colors. I know some people don't love a glowy, glittery cheek, but what the hell, I do. I actually have a couple of different lip glosses that I like to wear with this. The first one I showed in my Lippies I've Been Loving video that I did recently, and it is the Rimmel Show Off Lip Lacquer in Galaxy. It's kind of a purpley color, which is really fun with this look because it kind of picks up that maroon color in the eye there, in the eyeshadow. So I'll show you that one. So that's one direction to go. But I also wanted to show you this look with this lip gloss, which is one of my favorite lip gloss formulas. It's by Milani, and they're the crystal glosses. I love them because they're tiny, they're wee, and I love that about them because they're easy to put in your purse, in your pocket, in your wallet. And I love them also because they're extremely glossy, but they're not sticky at all. And they don't wear forever, but I don't mind that. It doesn't kill me to reapply. And I would rather reapply than have a sticky gloss. So this color I've had for a while. It's called Sheer Dark Honey, and it reminds me a lot of the Clinique range of products that are black honey. It looks really scary. It looks really scary in the tube, but when you put it on, you'll see that it's just kind of a glossy, like darker version of your own lip color. And it has just a regular doe foot applicator, just like a normal gloss. And the other awesome thing about these lip glosses is they're like $4 or something. They're super cheap and I love them. So that completes the duotone, duochrome, whatever you want to call it, eyeshadow look that I've been wanting to do for you guys forever. And I just love this eyeshadow palette from Wet n Wild. If you haven't tried the Wet n Wild shadows, I would really recommend them. This little palette is $5 and it has some great colors in it. My favorite, of course, is the one I used today, but just great colors in general. Please find me on Facebook. I post tons of stuff there, just different pictures and little advice and steals and deals that I find for you guys, and we just generally have a good time talking about makeup. Follow me on Instagram because I post tons of pictures on there as well. Sometimes things that I don't post on Facebook I'll put on Instagram. Be sure and leave me a comment below if you're loving this look or have some other suggestions of things you might want to see. Please take a minute to hit the subscribe button down below, and it also helps you out because you know when I post something. And I hope you guys are having a fabulous weekend, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. What does that mean? Landslide. Ooh. Burping. Burp.
What?
A burp. A burp.
A burp?
Why are you laughing at how I say burp?
You didn't say burp like that.
Like what?
Like burp?
Burp?
Burp.
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 Shut up. I don't know. What do you, it sounds the same.
Did you say burp?
Whatever. With my elf, I said, what the hell are you laughing at? In the it just, I gotta sneeze. Look at the light.